Hello and welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John, where in each episode we'll stroll down the Macintosh memory lane. We'll discuss older Macintosh computers, collecting all things related to the Mac and Apple computer, and current topics from the perspective that only a couple of old Mac fans can provide.
All right. Welcome.
All right.
We are here. We are waiting for a special guest. Is he coming in at the top of the show? Did we figure that
I
out?
told him to go ahead and come on at 9, so 9 his time.
Okay.
No, we're going to wait an hour.
We'll just sit here silently.
Get some coffee.
Yeah. Discuss something. We'll give you a
Put
topic.
in an episode of Stranger Things.
Here's the topic. Why do you think Stranger Things elected to choose an Amiga as a central character?
Oh,
all right.
So I've only ever watched the first season.
Yeah.
Well,
season 4 features an Amiga.
Huh.
Which
wait, yeah,
you got to give them credit because that's
what year
super,
is it?
That's a deep pull. It's 86.
86.
It could be 85. There he is.
There we go.
There's Earl. Let's add him in.
All right.
Aha! Look at that.
Hey,
Earl.
how you doing?
All right.
I had to
before we start anything else, I'm just going to go run and turn off my air conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Exciting podcasting.
John likes to drive the temperature up really hot in his room because that gets his creative juices flowing. That's what he says.
That's silly. I grew up in Florida. It's silly hot down there.
Yeah, especially when I forgot to turn the air conditioner back on after last week's podcast. So I came out here this morning and it was a wee bit warm. Just a wee bit.
I'm melting.
I wonder if the plastic, maybe that makes the plastic less brittle. If it's warm, it's a little bit more pliable. Less chance of things cracking under their own weight.
You can reshape them, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get too far along, let's kick off the show officially, so I can.
All right.
For the recording, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and count us down in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 614 for June 12th, 2022. Good morning, John.
Good morning, James.
And welcome, Earl.
Hello.
There he is. Earl is joining us because he's going to give us a preview of what's to come for Vintage Computer Festival Southeast 9.0.
We've made it 9 years.
Oh, gosh. Did that include... Did we have to skip a year or two?
We skipped a year. Last year was 8.1 because we figured we didn't actually do 8 with COVID, so we made it 8.1.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to talk. We'll delay that a bit. I think you've got some time, right, to hang around with us for the duration of the show. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do the regular order. I want to welcome everybody in the YouTube chat. I see a lot of familiar names, I guess. Thank you for joining us. We are, of course, here most mornings. We did take an extended summer break, but we like to be here on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Central on RetroMacCast on YouTube. What else do we need to mention here before we kick off the regular stuff? John, you good?
Nothing on my end. Mm-mm.
All right. Well, why don't we take a short break and we'll be back with eBay finds. Okay. Now we're not recording it. Well, at least we're not recording in one way. And we'll get some auctions up here. And I know, Earl, you don't have the link, so you're just going to have to wing it for us.
No, I'm looking at the picture. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah. Well, that's last week. So we're going to sum up last week's. All right.
Okay.
Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll begin with eBay finds. Last week we had that rare vintage Apple Computer Rainbow logo jacket. Beautiful white nylon, 6-color Apple logo. Look at that glorious. Wouldn't that look great walking the aisles of Vintage Computer Festival Southeast if you were rocking
Yes, it
that.
would.
That would be
Well,
rocking.
you still have the opportunity to buy it because it's they want a little bit of money for this thing. No buy it, no make an offer, but they do want to buy it now of $198, and it ships from Japan. So if you do want to wear it, come Vintage Computer Festival time, you
But
better get on
James, the important
Yes.
question: what
Yes.
size is it?
Oh, that is well, I'm sure you could have it altered, right? It's in centimeters. So I don't understand centimeters,
Okay.
and they say size F, and I don't even know what that means.
Which is what you said. This is from Japan, so that must be a sizing thing in Japan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it says length 62 centimeters, width 62 centimeters, and shoulder width 57 centimeters. It sounds like very small to me.
Yeah.
Maybe F means female, but I don't know. But yeah,
But 2.54 centimeters to the inch.
You want me to
Yeah.
do math this time of the day?
But it's about 30 inches, so I mean, it's not.
that doesn't
it's
sound very
probably-
big, is what I'm saying.
Yes,
It's
yeah, it's not. It's not a John-sized jacket. I don't.
no. This would be one he'd put around his coffee mug or something like that.
This,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. It's a cozy, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Then
Oh,
the other
yes,
one we
this
had,
one.
we had this little curious vault. They had this sealed. I guess those are like those insulated things where you want to do noise reduction if you got a whole bunch of computers and
Mhm.
you're running a bank and they're proximate to your offices. And after 18 years, they opened this thing and found a bunch of computers here, and they were selling them off. There was a 7200 PowerMac 7200 that was for sale. They wanted to buy it now for $295. They didn't get it. It's still there. Buy it now. Of course, there's some other goodies that came out of that cabinet.
But they don't need to be retrobrighted if they've been in that cabinet for that. long.
Surprisingly,
One
they
would
did.
think.
Oh, really? Really? Okay.
It was an
I think-
interesting.
Yeah. I think before the 18 years that they lived in there, they were sitting in front of
Well
a bank
used.
of windows.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. And of course, the big one, which is still going, this is Jimmy's Apple One, fully working, all set up for display, signed by Woz even. This is a gem. They still have 3 hours to go, and it's up to $336,100. He's been taking this on a tour of Silicon Valley. I saw a photo the other day where he had it at the headquarters of eBay.
Nice.
And they had he was showing it to the CEO of eBay.
It's beautifully displayed. I mean, that layout is just really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool. I saw it when it was 100,000, and then so it's made up 36,000 since last night. It was right around 300,000 last night.
Yeah. John and I were talking about this before we came on the show, but I'm wondering, how high this is going to get. Historically, they've pushed in the high six figures.
Well, the record is still the one that the Ford Museum picked up. Am I correct? 900 and something thousand.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I was going to say they haven't. I don't think one's ever crossed the $1 million mark.
Mhm.
I doubt this one will either.
Mhm.
I
Well,
think when
like you
go
were mentioning,
eBay-
James, it would almost
Yeah.
be better for an auction house versus eBay for something like that. Yeah.
one of the big dog auction houses.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
All
is,
right,
that,
well-
is that an original keyboard? Because that looked like an Apple II keyboard or something to me.
It does look like
From
it,
the
doesn't
picture,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
wondering
Well,
if-
there was no technically an original keyboard, I guess,
But
because
most
you had
of
to
the-
source it. Right?
Yeah, most of them didn't look Apple-esque. They looked
Mhm.
kind of
Sure. Or
mishmash.
hobby shop.
Yeah. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, you're right. That does look like an Apple II keyboard that they modded for it.
Mhm.
Well, we'll check in. Remember this price, and we'll see at the end of the show if it's moved at all. Okay, this week, let's move on to this. I love the odds and ends. These crazy, seemingly one-off things, but well done. This one is. The title says Ungraded Macintosh Apple Computer Incorporated Poker Playing Card Original Single.
So they're
This comes
selling
from a
one
seller.
card.
One card.
One card.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 of clubs, as it turns out, if if that's your favorite card.
Are they going to do 52 auctions?
Right, that's what I was. Yeah, it's like
Well, I don't-
collect the whole set, but yeah, no.
So I'm familiar with some playing cards. I've got a couple of different sets of Apple logoed sets of playing. I'm not familiar with one that ever looked at like this.
So I see it's got the registered trademark, but I mean, if you do the picture of the close up of the Apple, it's got black border and black lines between the colors, which, if I remember correctly, Steve Jobs
Did not like.
hated that.
Yeah.
Hated. So is this even official? Do you have a? If these are, you probably have a pack of these. I know you've got several different.
No. Well, I don't.
playing cards.
That's what I was saying. I don't have anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. It's almost
Well, it looks like
a
the
prototype of some sort.
So looking at the seller's store, they sell playing cards. This is what they do.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. Wow.
That's their
It's
deal.
just a bunch of different playing cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
It actually looks like the sides of an Apple credit card, to be honest with you. When I looked at it first, I thought it looks like the same kind of white.
Yeah,
But
here in
color.
a zoom in, you can see the lines, right?
Yeah, see, that
So it
doesn't
was
look all that great.
No. I think it looks great, but you're right. It's not
Well-
accurate. You can see the bleed over and whatever. Yeah,
Right,
it was.
right.
Yeah. So maybe it was a prototype, possibly.
Or maybe when Sully was around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he didn't care as much.
Yeah. Maybe Seven of Clubs was his lucky card. I don't know, but this one comes with the display case, and what do they want? They want buy it now $149, or you can make an offer. Yeah, I guess if you're into playing cards, this might be a cool thing too. Well, we'll find out if anybody goes for it next week. All right, let's move on to this.
Oh yeah, this is pretty nice. So yeah, we got a vintage Macintosh Plus with the Brainstorm accelerator and 4 meg of RAM. So I did a little bit of research on the Brainstorm accelerator, and what I found is that it's a 2-chip motherboard modification. It's got a 16 megahertz 68,000 processor and an ASIC chip to replace the Apple timing chip. The ASIC acts as a bus accelerator and doubles the bus speed to 16 megahertz. So this would give you a 16 megahertz Mac Plus. I tried to find a picture, because when I first, the other accelerators that we've seen for the Mac Plus actually are like a big board that clips over the processor. But this one sounds like it's an actual, you replace the processor. So kind of interesting if that is indeed the case. I mean, if soldering was involved, that's why I was really hoping I was going to be able to find a picture. I did find some other people who have used these in the past, and one person noted that almost all their software ran really fine afterwards, except for Dark Castle would not run with this. It does require software, which is available over at Macintosh Garden. So this particular auction, they are wanting $99.99 as a starting bid, which is pretty good. It does have the mouse. It has the keyboard cable, but not the keyboard itself. So you're minus a keyboard. But still. That said, it's working. It looks in pretty good shape. It's got a badge on the front for the Brainstorm accelerator, which I would have put on the back if it was mine. I do see a couple of dings on the plastic. It looks like it's been gnawed on almost on the corners. So cosmetically, not all that great.
But John, there was a sticker on the back too. There's a sticker.
Oh yeah, I see it now. I see it. Yeah. Well, all right. So that's the back is interesting on this because it doesn't have anything in that upper left corner. It looks like the battery compartment is nice and clean. Wow, it looks very clean.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think $99, even missing the keyboard, $99 as a starting bid is pretty cool, especially with the upgrade that's in it. Shipping to us in Florida from Santa Rosa, California would be about $85, so not bad on shipping. And fortunately, the Mac Plus doesn't seem to have gotten as brittle as the mid 90s Macs, so probably safe bet on that.
But they don't have a picture of it installed. That's sad.
Well, I know. I would love to see if it would be nice if they had popped it open so we could actually see what the processor upgrade looks like on the board itself. But
Mhm.
alas, no. But you could find out. $99. Nobody's bid on it yet. This this has how many days to go? This
9
ends
days.
the 27th, so this has still got a while. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at the delivery
21st.
estimate. 21st. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
All
right.
right. Cool.
Okay, and we will finish up with this. Now, ordinarily, I don't know. Ordinarily people custom paint their Macs, and it can turn out pretty bad. But I saw this, and I thought, you know what? Actually, did a pretty decent job. It's
They
a
did a very
Power Macintosh G3 Black, the Black Edition, very rare. Obviously, there was no official Black edition of the beige G3. So somebody painted this one.
And looking at this again, I will never understand Apple's aversion to doing black computers because they look so good, especially with that rainbow logo. Just stands out on that.
Yeah, so it's like a matte black, and
Mhm.
they took the time of painting all parts to include like the CD-ROM drive door and the little flap for the floppy, and then of course remove the 6-color Apple logo and replaced it. And then but they did remove the case badge is gone.
Or they
the
painted
sticker.
over it.
It looks like it was taken out and then not replaced.
Does it?
Like
Okay.
they probably damaged it taking it out.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but it looks pretty cool without it.
Mhm.
Can
And then
you get replicas of those badges? I know you can get some of the.
Oh well,
earlier
I would want to repaint. I would want to print one that was
You
again,
probably somebody
color
might be
appropriate,
making
yeah.
one.
Mhm. I see
Yeah,
this
you can
this
backpack.
again going over to the seller. They're also selling a black Power Mac 9600 case.
Wow.
Yeah, with a buy it now. A buy it now of $230 for a 9600. That right there is not bad.
Well, this one's just a buy it now of $100. Now, the problem with it is there's no real information on the operating condition of it. Just kind of, actually, there's no description at all to say what's going on there. It ships from Paramount, California. You can see it's pretty loaded up when you look at the cards.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, wow, that's got some nice cards in it.
Yeah, there's FireWire and USB and
network.
And the desktop
Network.
G3 is a really good kind of bridge system.
Did it work with two network card and the onboard network?
Probably.
I would guess so. I've never tried it.
Yeah. I've never seen one like that. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. Let's see, one more picture there. Okay. Well,
so it does look like the personality card in this is just the basic one. It doesn't have the one with the full AV ins and outs. But yeah.
I guess this is the trade-off on retro writing, right? Just retro dark.
yeah.
Go the other way.
They kind of like retro darking, right? Yeah.
Well, again, buy it now, $100, and well, we'll just see how it does. And then, of course, as John said, the seller also has a black 9600 for sale.
That also has a pretty good loadout of cards on it, I have to say. It also has USB and FireWire and another Ethernet and a their video card has DVI/VGA/S video. So wow.
Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, here.
All right, nice.
Here. I'll just take a look. Aha. See the badge is missing there too.
Show us a picture. You guys can't just tease us like this.
Well, pretend you're just listening to the audio podcast and it'll be okay.
Here we go. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if so the seller must have done this themselves. All right.
Definitely is a good job painting. I mean, it looked really sharp.
Really does. Yeah. Very nice.
Okay, we're gonna switch over. I was, I just had it's funny. I was looking at it, and then I was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm looking at it, but I was looking at it. You guys weren't. All right. Okay, let's talk about this while Earl is here with us. Let's go
now.
Yeah.
You see, I'm wearing the almost appropriate shirt. This is the from the second year.
That's year 2.
I could not find the green one with the
First
pretty
year.
much the same graphics. Yeah, but I've
Somewhere
got it
I have
somewhere.
mine.
First one
All
has got that like the horizontal surface with the machines on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me hit the record button here so we can do this for real. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, coming up in July 15th through 17th to be exact, is the Vintage Computer Festival Southeast 9.0. And with us is Earl Wall. It's Wall, right? I got that
No,
right?
like Ba Black
Oh,
Sheep.
Ba.
Ba
You know,
humbug.
I
Nobody
have
gets
this
it. Nobody gets it right. So
Ba.
Ba, like
Ba.
Black Sheep.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
And what is you? What are you? What are you? The
go.
head honcho? What is your title for this thing?
Well, I'm the president of the Atlanta Historical Computing Society, which we are the ones that put on this show. We've put it on again for 9 years, and I'm the label people did as executive producer. Uh, I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure what a producer does on a TV show or anything, but I think they just herd the cats. So I do a little bit of herding the cats. But yeah, I've been with the show actually all 9 years. The first year the guys were organizing it before I got there, and so I ended up being labor. I was on a very tall ladder, hanging up black drapes to help separate a space off for our speakers. You guys went to the first year we had uh, some original
Kottke.
Appalachian
Kottke.
and
Yeah,
some
we were
original
there.
engineers. Oh, you were there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so
Yeah, we did our podcast from there, I believe.
that's right. Yeah, you've done a couple podcasts from our shows. But so this is year 9. This is our second year doing it in coordination with the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. They've been gracious
Nice.
hosts, and we have a nice big space, and we fill a niche for them because they like to have computing games as well as retro computers, because it fits in the same sort of niche of people who, if you play a pinball machine and you've played your Tempest game or whatever. Tempest is my favorite, and they have just a huge collection of stuff. People show up in semi-tractor trailers. I was really kind of impressed by that, and unload pinball machines, just a tractor trailers full. So you got all the gaming you want. There's board gaming, all that, and then we have our big exhibit hall where we have all sorts of vintage exhibits, and then we have some side rooms where speakers will be in. Um, and this year we brought soldering back. We had to work with the hotel, or at least coordinate it a bit again to get them to be at least give us a shot, and hopefully we won't burn any carpet or anything and cost ourselves a lot of money. But we've got these fireproof drapes that we've had when the first year we did the show. The one of the owners, Lonnie, who had stuff, they had owned there was a movie theater, and they had just stripped everything out of the movie theater and redone it. And so we have these black fireproof drapes, which
nice.
So we've used those on tables and stuff. And a black drape, if it burns, you put your soldering iron on it, it doesn't burn it. At least it stays black, so it's not
Yeah.
the worst of it. But so we'll have soldering kits again this year. No new kits. We had quite a bit from previous shows still available. So
wait, I'm trying to remember. Were they like little LED blinking light ones?
Well, we've got blinking light. We got the blinky. We've got a calculator, which uses a kind of almost like an Atari 400 style keyboard. It's a little those little dome capacitive things. We've got a Simon game. We've got a couple things that you can put on your bicycle spokes that are persistence of vision things.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
you can ride your boat. You can have like words displayed. It's kind of cool. Or you can put them on a fan, because not every, if you're a kid, riding your bike with words flashing is kind of cool. But if you're an adult, you might be inside and you're like, well, I don't ride my bike that often. So, well, put it on a fan. It works great on a fan as well.
Put it on the side of your cat and make them run really fast. Yeah.
Yeah, spin them around. Yeah. So we'll have the kits. So we're excited about that. The exhibit space is filling in. It's not posted right now, but the first week we've maybe about half of the tables or so were allocated after we opened. We're a little late opening on things because life is happening.
If people want a table, does it cost to do the tables?
It's $20 for a table because we got to get the setup stuff and everything and contribute a little bit back to the Southern Fried folks. But plenty of tables left still at this point. We're speaker wise, we've got We're still working on the last couple because a couple people we've talked to they're sitting on the fence. But we've got some neat things. We've got one of our people who've exhibited before, and he's coming back. Mark Tessier. He did the Apple computer guidance computer replica, which is really kind of cool. And he also did the Enigma replica, which is just gorgeous. It's all nice in wood. Literally, he did it, cut pieces of wood. It looks really like an original Enigma. So he does a lot of replica work. And so he's going to talk about that, how it started. And he did it, I guess, as a whim to start with. And it was a Kickstarter, and it went bananas, both it and the guidance computer. So he's had some fun with that. So we'll have that. We've got two people coming to speak about, and hopefully you guys might have followed it or at least saw it. There wasn't a huge amount of Apple work here or Apple items here, but there was a place in Texas that a guy had been a repair tech. Computer Reset was the name of the place. It was out in Dallas. And after he passed away, his daughter, who wasn't a computer person at all, she's like, what do I do with this? Literally, I mean, in the warehouse space, you were walking across computer parts and boxes that was maybe 5-6 feet high. And they opened it up for some people who came, and it became just insane free-for-all. And so she said, no, stop. I'm not going to do it at all. And then a group of volunteers came in and organized it. And every weekend, they literally had very nice organized things. I went out with our Vice President, John, and our treasurer, I should be out there, Josh, as well. We drove the 11 hours to Dallas and went through it. And there was an amazing set of stuff, but they got whole sorts of stories about the whole process and what they did and, how they've worked to liquidate all this stuff. It was really great because if you had the particular machines that he dealt with, and one of them was IBM PC Junior, so I got a full set of spare parts for a PC Junior, sans a case. If I got in a case, I literally could have built another one. All in the original IBM boxes. I mean, so he had been the repair guy for him and got his inventory or whatever IBM or whoever sent to him, and it just got stacked up in this place to the roof. If you go out on YouTube or stuff, you can see some videos of the original.
I'll have to look for that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But so they're going to come talk about that. So we thought those were some nice tied into how we do, restorations, replication. So those fit in nice. We've got a couple people, and I'll just leave it as a surprise that we're also talking about from the Commodore space. We'll see how that works out. I'm just not sure who's going to be able to make it yet. So we're still working with them because this is the Commodore year anniversary and the anniversary of the floppy disk. So that's what's going to be on our shirt this year.
Nice. Very nice.
I think it's 75 years of all things or something like that for
Wow.
floppy. And so we've got kind of some cool designs. Our shirt designer, Nolan, he's done a great job again. And we're going to do another 3-color shirt. So that'll be kind of cool, like our last year. Everybody really liked our last year's shirts. They were they're red with orange logos sort of stuff.
Let me ask you about that. So I think in previous years you had to pre-register and tell what kind of shirt size you want. Are you doing that this year, or is it pretty much you have shirts on stock and you just come in?
We're gonna have shirts on. We just have shirts on stock. I've done a better job keeping inventory of how many shirts we sell and what sizes sell.
All right.
If you guys are going to be here, if you tell me a size, I'll make sure we keep an extra couple for you guys.
I know I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm not going to do a table this year, but hopefully next year. My plan is I would like to do an iMac table running marathon again, because the marathon was fun and the iMac should be pretty easy to lug around, and they're not as brittle as my other stuff has gotten.
And
so
do you have a
really
bigger vehicle?
No, still the Ford Fiesta, but it's amazing how many computers I fit into that thing.
No, we've seen it. I was like watching it unfold from it. Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah. I really enjoyed doing the marathon table those couple of years that I did
a lot of
that.
fun.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh, one other thing is there's also going to be a consignment table like there's been in the past.
There's consignment space. This year has been Rescue Crazy Bonanza. We have gotten and helped out at least 4 or 5 really large rescues of things.
Great.
I mean, I've got like 20 boxes of things, in my garage. We get one of the people, and they've been really interesting backstories. Is one guy was a forensic investigator, and had all this equipment to duplicate drives and read only that would guarantee you wouldn't write to a drive, and all sorts of weird, crazy things. Plus all this other equipment. He actually had cubicles in his basement, which I thought was just pretty hysterical, because he, I guess, would have people working for him, and so there was like 3 cubicles, just like a mini office in his basement. But he passed away, and we helped his wife, John, our vice president. He and his wife, as a hobby, go around and do estate sales on weekends, and he stumbles on stuff. So this year we had a couple of ColecoVisions Atoms came up, which was pretty impressive. You don't see those that often. I had a friend who passed away, and so I helped his wife pick out, pile of computer books. So we'll definitely have stock for our consignment table quite a bit from the show.
Nice.
And there'll be freebie stuff as well. We do that. And one exhibit I'll point out, just because it was interesting how it happened. Last year at our show, and this inevitably happens, we meet some new people. And one of the people here in town is from the UK and has a collection of Sinclairs and Atom computers, or Acorn computers, excuse me. I'm thinking about PC, that he's got from over there. And so you'll see some machines that are a little different from that exhibit, which will be kind of nice. The UK had quite a vibrant community around the same time, but you don't see those machines, don't tend to make it over here that often. So there'll be kind of some interesting machines to look at from that, at least as one of the exhibits.
Fantastic.
Nice. Very yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be packed full of stuff.
And so this is going to be the weekend of. Now, are you actually doing anything on Friday?
Yeah, we have people come in on Friday. It may not be everybody and their brother, but we have most of the exhibits tend to come in on Friday. Some may be coming in, and so we'll have stuff. Our consignment will be there, and our shirts or anything, all that will be there, so you can take a look at that.
So this is going to be July 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Yep.
What is the fee to get in? And it's the same fee for both events, right? The Southern Friday Game Expo and.
If you exhibit or things like that, or stop by, John. I'll see what I can do to help you out. But we have 3D passes if you're an exhibitor, which is actually a really nice deal. It's actually cheaper, quite a bit cheaper to come in via that, because the table's $20 and exhibit. If you go for the whole weekend, I believe it's like $75. But we have a coupon code. We can save, I don't know, $5-10, I think it is, off the admission. If you look on our site, there's a little coupon code.
Great.
So you can do that. And like I said, it's just a lot of fun. Last year, we just didn't know how it was going to go, and they had close to 5,000 people, and pretty much everybody came through our exhibit as well as everything else.
Well,
so
you guys teaming up with the Southern Friday Game Room Expo is like the best thing you could have done, because it's let's face it, you got us diehards that are into the old computers, but there's going to be more people into the arcade and pinball games, but then it's like, oh well, let's go see this exhibit now. So that's great. Yeah,
it was amazing how many people, and it was the same sort of thing we've seen at previous shows. Parents come in and like, oh, I remember this, oh, I remember that. And then we have games playing on a number of things, like we've had, I am checking with our Commodore guy if he'd have an exhibit this year, but last year he had quite a few games and stuff running on the Commodores. And we have some vendors we're talking to that have come before, so we'll see whether that's going to work out as well. And they had quite a bit of stuff that they brought, to just add it to it. But it'll be interesting exhibits. The exhibits will get posted. I've got a collection of them now. After registration, I wait for a little bit, and they'll get posted. They'll be up on the website this weekend. And as new ones come in, I'll be adding to that until the space fills up.
Sounds
Fantastic.
great. Well, you should go to, I guess the best way to go, because you can take advantage of the coupon code, like Earl was mentioning. If you go to vcfed.org, and then that'll link you through to the ticket site. All right. Thanks, Earl. Good luck on a great show.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to see you, John. that'll be cool.
I got some more 2E
right.
stuff for you. So
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try. I'm trying to get all my clears put together for the show.
All right.
We'll see how life interferes with that to see if it works out.
All right, sounds good, man. All right, bye.
Okay. Well, you can stick around for
Yeah.
the news if you want.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
And John, I want to tell you, I have a Mac thing I've done, and I want to show you. So I've got a Mac Pro that I've got Open Core running on, and I am really impressed with that package to keep older Macs running newer versions of the OS. Very nice.
Oh, so is Open Core, is that similar to like ex post facto to get things?
Well, I have a Mac Pro 5.1 that is running Monterey right now.
Oh, wow.
Smooth, and it boots and it actually takes updates from the App Store.
Wow, very nice.
So it's very nice.
I'm not familiar with. I've not messed with Open Core at all. Mm-mm.
Yeah, they've replaced the little bits and pieces you need to EFI and all the rest, and it's zipping along. Those are impressive. They did a nice,
very nice.
Okay, let's see. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Well, it's time for the news. Last week we did a little bit of a preview on the Worldwide Developers Conference, and particularly the keynote. Talking about what we were anticipating, what we wanted to see, and sadly, another year goes by, and there's no one more thing, no more super huge groundbreaking announcement where Apple's going to reinvent another category or invent a category of computing. So we didn't get any of that. Again, we got the kind of things you expect. Take all the operating systems, add one to the version number. M2, though, shows that they are, as groundbreaking as the M1 was, or is, that it's not the end of the road by a long shot, that they're still iterating on that and doing, huge gains. You're talking about 25% more transistors and huge performance boost to accompany that. So we have an M2 MacBook Air and an M2 based PowerBook,
PowerBook. Yeah, wow.
MacBook Pro 13. PowerBook, wouldn't that be great?
I'd handle a PowerBook with an M2. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. So, but no Macintosh Pro, no version of that. So I don't know. Not terribly exciting. What do you think?
I remember when Cook, I think he promised us a new Mac Pro a couple of years ago, didn't he? At this point, like there's one in the works.
They said what the original promise was. It a 2 or 3 year total transition for all Mac models. Was it 3 maybe? And I don't know if we've quite hit that.
Well, as pricey as the Studio is, that might as well be their new Mac Pro. Because holy cow, that's not cheap. I can tell you that.
There's got to be one ready to pop out at some point, because they didn't call the Studio Pro, so the Studio is a new thing in the middle. So maybe this fall.
If that's in the middle, I hate to see what the Pro price is going to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, look at what the Pro price was the last time, which was
how much were the wheels?
The wheels.
just the wheels.
Just the wheels, yeah. So we'll wait until the fall. Maybe we'll then complete the whole rollout of the M-based Mac products. Okay, well, not much more to talk about that. Let's get into some retro stuff. Can you believe this? Of course, will it run Doom has long been a saying to try to establish a computer that I don't know, it's sort of like a benchmark of its performance. Well, somebody figured out how to compile and run Doom on AUX, the Apple version of Unix.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and they got it running, and there's a tweeted video, and I'm not going to play it because it's NSFW.
I heard you playing it earlier. Yeah, that's a lot of swearing. Oh,
that's a lot of swearing in a small clip, but they get it running. The Twitter account is Cariad, where it's being shown Cariad. They compile it in there in a window and then get it running, and it will run it. Would anybody want to play it? Probably not. It's very, very slow, but you'll have to look at the Twitter video to see. But it's awesome to see that they actually got it running.
Well, I know it compiles into Unix because I used to run it on a Sun workstation, and actually Sun workstations had quite nice. At the time, you had the 20-inch monitor, so it was a great thing to do in the labs during off hours.
I didn't even know. I guess I would have guessed, but not regularly running Unix of any kind that people were playing Doom on it. When I guess the source code released in 1997, so that allowed folks to try to port it to whatever they wanted to do.
I've seen it on some crazy things.
Oh yeah.
People bring it to our meetings, playing sometimes on watches and
Well, here it
thermostats.
says,
I think there's a thermostat
that's right.
I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
No, he's right. I've seen that one too. It's like, okay,
this article,
it's 40 degrees out, and my frames per second is
This article on No Techie says it's been ported to pregnancy tests, kitchen management appliances, and vintage digital cameras.
I was saying there was something weird I just seen. That's right. It's on one of those pregnancy sticks. Yes, it's very, very tiny screen, but yes.
Well, hey, you got to do something while you're waiting for the results to come in. And I'll just close with this. Another awesome Nanoraptor creation.
He does the right job. I always impressed with the pictures.
The Quadra 990. Everybody familiar with this thing? It's a double width 950, 900, and it sort of evokes the giant Apple Unix servers.
Right.
I was going to say, it looks like the AUX server.
Yeah, complete with the keys, and oh my gosh, I mean, can you imagine how many card slots or drive? Well, there's no bank of drive bays, right? There's very few drive bays. I mean, that are
visible
for removable media,
for external, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
he's got a tape. He's got a tape. It looks like a CD and then a floppy.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Need that. That's right. Weighing in 185 pounds. Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap it up. Let's record a little outro. John, we haven't figured out what we're going to do next week, have we?
Well, I had talked about maybe doing that game. I was also
which game?
Oh, let's see. Citizen. Giant
Citizen. I thought we could do. We could talk about Iomega next week.
Oh yeah, all right, sure, yeah. We'll do the Iomega one.
Threatening that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, you should also look at. I'm waiting to see if it's going to port it to the old Macs, but you realize that people are resurrecting AOL.
Oh,
have you seen those articles?
I have not.
For what purpose?
They've literally got replicated AOL servers so you can have the chat, and you should Google for it. Somebody just posted it, ported it to a very crazy OS that this guy who had mental issues had created. He built a whole OS from scratch.
Whoa.
And that was where I saw the article. But we have a Discord server, by the way, now. If you guys want to get in, let us know. And for the club and stuff like that. But that somebody posted it on there that it's XAOL or something like that. And what was funny is that not only are they porting it to things, this was ported to some really crazy OS on top of it. So,
I think it'd be great if part of that is they just started sending people AOL floppies.
No CDs. Yeah, we need some more CDs.
No, the floppies were the best because you could actually use those.
Yes.
I used to love getting the free floppies. Are you kidding?
That's true. That would be useful. Yeah, I've used the CDs to make a mobile, but that's about the extent of it. Right? Shiny thing.
Yeah, you can use them to keep birds from running into your windows and stuff like that. All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Well, it comes to an end of another episode of the RetroMacCast. Next week, I think what we've been talking about it a while. Let's finally do a quick history of Iomega. Iomega had a very big run, and a lot of a lot of great peripherals for the Mac, and still some of them still pretty useful today. So we'll talk about that next week. And let's see, Earl, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for letting me here.
Good luck with your show. I'm sure you're very, very busy now in the final throes. You got like almost a month to go.
Yeah, this is the crazy time.
I bet.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in about a month then.
Great job. Looking forward to seeing you then too.
Yeah, and I think we're going to do something on the podcast in conjunction with the show. Some sort of
I'm gonna do a live on the floor, just walk around.
Okay, we're gonna have a Twitch stream going as well this year.
Oh,
and so we'll make that available or post where that's going. And then
nice.
we've been streaming. We're starting to stream stuff on our Discord stuff, and so that's another. Between the two, we might have it streaming through both. So if you don't get a chance to come, you can at least look in and see some of the exhibits and the like.
Very nice. Very nice.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us in the chat. And until next week, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Oh, that was a very Tony the Tiger one.
Tony the Tiger. Yeah, sometimes you get it. So I'm trying to get caught up on the comments, and sounds like Patrick, you have a lot of firsthand experience with that Brainstorm accelerator. Do you have a blog post or anything on it anywhere? I'd love to take a look at that.
I'd love to see a picture of it.
Yeah. It sounds like he said that it was let's see, I'm trying to go back through the stuff here. Faster RAM. Right. I think he did say though in one of these posts that there was some soldering involved.
Not for the
Oh yeah, and Scarlet Swordfish mentioned that they just remember the current Pro is still cheaper than the 2FX was. That is true, especially if you take into account inflation, what the 2FX cost back then compared to what it would be in today's money.
2FX is one of my favorite machines. I did a lot of development on. That was a great. That was a nice development box, especially if you loaded it up with RAM. It would, compared to the other things at the time, it would cook.
So Earl, how do I find what's being done with? You said that AOL.
Yeah, I'll give it. Let me get you the link.
I was trying to Google something, but I don't know. All I've been able to learn is how to recover my AOL screen name.
Let me get back to our Discord server. And
I also see Kroisk mentioned in the comments that they've been a listener for years, but only just started watching the video feed, and that we, James, you and I look younger than they imagine. So we retro bright ourselves every now and then. So to try to.
Is there a way I can post a chat here? Oh yeah, we've got a chat. There's the link. AOL 3.0 is back.
Let me see. I'll copy that. Let me look at
it's the re-AOL team.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's show everybody what that looks like. AOL 3.0. The re-AOL team. Aha. They reversed engineered AOL server for AOL 3.0. Oh wow.
It's impressive.
Okay, interesting. And as I was mentioning in the chat, what we really want is eWorld reverse engineered, which shouldn't be, since it was kind of built from AOL.
Well, and
maybe they can skin it for eWorld.
This is the one I just posted. The other one. This is the other one. It's called Temple OS. If you want to read, which is another sort of interesting thing.
Is that the one you were talking about where the guy designed his own operating system?
Yeah, he had, I don't know what the mental illness he had, but he literally felt that this was, he suffered from schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
And seems like a nice guy, but
Terry Davis.
He wrote everything, including the compiler, which is apparently Holy C. He felt God had told him that this had happened. But it's an interesting wiki post to read about Temple OS. But somebody, of course, has already ported the AOL to Temple OS, so, which I just thought. And there's somebody apparently has decided to make Temple OS his daily driver, so that's why I thought it was
weird. I had
So-
never heard of that.
It's just a very bizarre double kind of backup sort of thing. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, there you go. If you don't have anything
you can
to
join
do,
the XL team and help port it to the Mac. Right?
Okay. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up.
All right.
Oh, Patrick mentions that Apple Fritter has an eWorld server. There you go.
Oh, there you
It
go.
already exists. Of course it does. All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you.